What's up, Marines? Do drop a like and a sub if you like this video, because a few of you guys are going to skip straight to the end just to see where I've placed the tier list. I've got over 400 hours in PvP, and I'm going to break down which are the most powerful weapons. So no nonsense, drop us a like and a sub, really helps us out. But here we go. First weapon is the Power Hammer. It is my favorite melee weapon in the game, and it is an S tier weapon. This is simply because of how the assault uses it. This breaks up massive formations of enemies, it stuns the bulwark, it stuns the hellbrute, and it gives out massive damage. Yes, it is a very slow weapon, but the damage and the power attacks cannot be blocked. It's really, really good. An S tier weapon, I don't really see why you would use it on any other class, because it's quite slow, and all the other classes, if they're going to melee, they need speed. But it is an S tier weapon. And just to start with the best and the worst, this is a Garbo, or below D tier, below F tier weapon. It is the Power Fist. Now, a while ago, the Power Fist was actually broken, and you could get a one-hit kill as the bulwark using the Power Fist and a little glitch. But nowadays, it's totally useless. There's no reason to use this when you could use the Chainsword, which is a very good weapon. There's never any reason any class should pick the Power Fist in PvP. Very different to operations. I know these two swap places in PvE mode, and the hammer's garbage and the fist is quite good, but here in PvP it's terrible. Next up we got the Plasma Incinerator, the tactical weapon. You unlock it quite near the end of leveling up. This is a very good weapon with a very good time to kill. You kill people quickly. It does suffer at long range with the slowed down projectiles. It can be sometimes hard to catch people, but the charged attack is more powerful. Use it as your opener when you know someone's coming around the corner, or you know you're going to walk into a group. It has quite nice splash damage, but ultimately that semi-auto fire really does hose people down very quick. Do not sleep on the Plasma Incinerator if you are a tactical. It is one of your best choices. Next up we have the Melta. Long story short, this is a D tier weapon. I almost put it in Garbo. In fact, I probably should put it in Garbo, but I'm going to put it in D tier just because you can do some crazy damage with it on certain maps like Tomb, where there's a lot of corridors. Equipping it only as the heavy, of course. Run with the shield up, 1 or 2 shots, you can shoot people down. This weapon used to be perhaps maybe a C tier, or maybe even a B tier, again dependent on the map, before they patched out that little exploit you could do, hip firing and then aiming and firing again. You could increase the fire rate and get a really quick kill, but it's not that good. Any good player who sees someone coming at them with this just rolls out of the way or drops the grenade and escapes, and then the range is useless. So it is a D tier weapon. Next up we are going to look at the bolt pistol. Now, this is quite controversial, I believe, because a lot of people won't realize this, but it is actually an S tier pistol. That's because you have more shots than any other pistol with this, and at range you can actually tag people quite well, even though it has less range than the heavy bolt pistol. The ammunition in PvP is what you need, and you've got to bear in mind that units that only have 2 armor points, you can kill them in 1 magazine sometimes, yeah? If you are catching those headshots, the bolt pistol is really, really good, and the fire rate is almost as fast as you can press it. It is a very powerful weapon, and seeing as you start with it and don't have to unlock it, it is something that you have to learn. I mean, I use it on every single class that I have on Spacemarine 2B PvP just to keep continuity up, but it's better than even the plasma pistol later on, because the plasma pistol, when you're playing with lag against players, the delayed shots are not very good. It's hard to get the hits on the assault or someone like a vanguard moving through the air. It's hard to get them, but you will catch them with the bolt pistol every single time. Having 12 shots is really, really powerful, which brings us on to why the heavy bolt pistol is a C tier weapon. Because this weapon, it only has 8 shots. If it had 10 shots, just 2 more shots, I think it'd really pull a lot more weight. It'd really take down a lot more Astartes if it had a bit more power to it. The extra range is nice, but it does spread quite a lot when it's at range. If you're flying through the air as a assault, very often I see assault players trying to run with this. They seem to get some good hits at range if they want to play Pistolier, but playing Pistolier as their assault is a bad move. You should really be relying on your bolt pistol at medium to close range rather than trying to snipe people with this. C tier is where it belongs, because this brings us on to the plasma pistol, which is a B tier pistol. It does have a very quick time to kill, and the charge shot is very good. It's not better than the bolt pistol by any means, because of the ranged factor. Shooting this at range, you can dodge out of the way of the shots if you know someone's firing at you with this, but at close to medium range, plasma pistol, it really is good, especially if the enemy has low armor. Once again, that's the assault, the sniper, the vanguard. Next up, let's go to this one. It's Garbo. It is the Inferno pistol, the fire pistol, the mini Melta, whatever you want to call it. It is absolutely rubbish. It's garbage. There's no reason you would use this. Just like the Power Fist, it doesn't do enough damage. It's not a good follow-up to firing one of these and then switching to this to get an increased fire rate, which is something I've experimented with. It's not good. It doesn't serve the purpose that it should, and to be honest, if they powered it up, it'd make things like the Melta rifle, the multi-Melta, kind of useless, so I can see why it's quite weak. Next up, we have an S tier weapon. It is the heavy bolter. This thing is all you need on a heavy. You start with it, you will end with it. The heavy bolter is an insanely powerful weapon. Really, really good. If you can hit headshots at medium to close range, it's amazing. A denial of area weapon, there's nothing else that comes close. People start seeing bolts coming around the corner the way that they want to advance. They're going to think twice about it because they know there's going to be a heavy with high armor, a shield, and this massive bolter storm that is going to be coming out of the heavy bolter. It's definitely an S tier weapon. We're going to have quite a few S tier weapons because PvP is like this. There's a few valid kits and a lot of very invalid kits. Next up, we have a solid A. This is the bolt carbine. You can use it on a few classes, but really it shines with the sniper. That is an infiltrator. So it's kind of like a scout class. Stealth up to people, maybe throw a crack grenade on them, and start firing with this at close range. You will kill any class, even the heavy, with a shield up very quickly, because you can step inside his shield and use the bolt carbine on them, and it will spray them down really quick. And people do often sleep on this, but if you tap fire, you can hit people from range. It doesn't do much damage, but it's more medium range capable than people think it is. Next up, we've got a D tier weapon. It's not completely useless. You might use it while you haven't unlocked the las fusil, but this is a D tier weapon because it takes probably 3 shots, 2 shots if you're catching headshots, to take people down. That's not really what you want to use as a sniper, but it makes sense lore-wise within the universe. A Spacemarines helmet would be able to take a bolt rifle shot to the head, even if it was a high caliber bolt rifle, so it kind of makes sense why it isn't a one-shot kill weapon to the head. But the low fire rate and being caught with this at close range is basically a death sentence unless your opponent is very foolish. Anytime you are caught at close or medium range, you really want to swap to your bolt pistol or pistol of choice. Next up, we've got the Melta rifle, which is a lot better than its heavy counterpart, but it would go in A tier in certain maps, once again, like Tomb, Mausoleum. I've had good success with this too, but because of the other maps and their reliance on range, I'm going to have to put it in a C tier. Once again, all of these weapons are very map dependent, but this Melta rifle, especially early on, the first few months when I got this before other people had it, they did not know how to counter it. Fire, dodge, fire, dodge. It keeps that perfect rhythm going, and only very good players will catch you out. However, the issue is, if you're at medium range, you can't even touch people. Long range, you have absolutely no chance, and you are going to have to know how to use this guy, the bolt pistol or the plasma pistol, to really be able to get kills with this. Very often you fire this at people. The Melta rifle, you give them a Melta at close range, the enemies start dodging out of the way, and you have to switch and finish them with your pistol because they can just move out of the range. If it was a little bit further range or a higher fire rate, maybe I'd move it into a B tier, but it's going to stay as a steady C tier weapon. Next up, it's the knife. It is a D tier weapon in PvP. It's not great, to be honest. The slow kill rate and the terrible power attacks. This is the main reason why it's a D tier weapon. It's not completely garbage, but it is a D tier weapon because if you come across a bulwark, you need power attacks to pull his shield down. And even if you pull his shield down, he can just switch to his normal attacks and he will kill you faster than you kill him, no matter what. Unless he's really foolish, doesn't know how to use the bulwark. The bulwark and other defending opponents, no matter who they are, they can block this, or they can use their melee weapon on you and they will kill you even if you got the first strike, because their weapons have a quicker time to kill. They also has to bear in mind that if they just start firing at you at close range, a lot of these weapons all have faster time to kills than the knife at close range with the melee. So if I start firing at you with a bolt carbine, you're going to die quicker. Heavy bolter, you're going to die quicker. So that's why it has to stay in the D tier. Next up, we have the Chainsword, which I'd like to put into A tier just because I love the Chainsword so much, but it is not better than the Power Sword. It belongs in B tier. This is because when enemies get close up, a lot of them think if you have a Chainsword, they're going to kill you quicker. But the power attack on the Chainsword and the fact that it can dash and close distance very well is what makes it a B tier weapon. I love to have this on my Vanguard for when bulwarks are around holding their shield up. You can use this power attack. It's good to open up against a heavy as well if you catch him at close range with one power attack to kind of knock him a little bit, and then you can use the quick tap 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 attacks, you know, the normal attacks to really hose people down. Chainsword is a lot better than people think it is. It is the default for a lot of people. But yeah, really cool when you get the Chainsword kills, because that's a really cool ultimate Space Marine feel. Next up, the Power Sword. Obviously, it has a faster time to kill, 2 types of attack, 2 fighting styles that you can choose between. Let's say you put the Power Sword on the Bulwark. That's how you should be playing it if you play Bulwark. Even though Bulwark is a terrible class, the worst class in PvP, this is a very quick time to kill. If you put this on the Assault class and use the ground pound, so you jump up, drop down on someone, and then use a quick fire attack, you just tap 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 your way through with this after dropping on someone, you will kill them quicker than any other weapon on this list, including the Power Hammer. However, the Power Hammer, it has that splash AoE damage that really just means it can get multi-kills, double kills, it can kill anyone that's blocking, whereas the Power Sword, it's more of a duelist weapon. It can kill individual targets quite quickly. So we're really zipping through this list at the moment. We're going to go with a Garbo weapon here. This is the Marksman carbine. There's no reason to use this. If you were going to play it in this style, you should use either the standard bolter or you should use the Marksman, the Stalker bolter. I don't think that anybody uses this anywhere in Space Marine. It's a bit of a weird and odd position weapon. If you're using aimbot, like everybody used to at the start of Space Marine for some reason, people were paying to use aimbots in PvP and PvE. This could be an interesting or viable weapon, but even then you would want to use maybe the Stalker bolt rifle or something like that instead of this weapon. It is not a viable weapon. Another non-viable weapon, the Autobolter. There's no reason to use this. I mean, it's got slightly more ammo than the standard bolt rifle, but I don't see why you would use it. I can't understand why you would use that. It's not a viable weapon. There's not much to say about it. It just does less damage and has slightly more of a magazine than a standard bolter. Coming to the standard bolter now. Now, a lot of people sleep on this. They don't use it very much. I want to put it in A tier for the same reason that the Chainsword is there. But actually, if you're playing tactical, this is one of the best choices until you unlock the Plasma Incinerator. I'm going to put it here. This is a really powerful weapon. If you tap, tap, tap at range and you can catch headshots, you're going to kill people really quickly. It is better than the heavy bolter in PvP too, because it has a quicker time to kill. It is, yeah, it's a very formidable weapon and a lot of people sleep on it. Next up is the heavy bolt rifle. Now, a lot of people at the beginning of the game being released, they were using this. It was kind of an A tier, B tier weapon, but as time has progressed, I see almost nobody using this. However, if you can hit the shots and you can get headshots and you catch 2 low armor units at close range, you can kill them both if you hit all of the shots or catch a few headshots. So it's not unviable, it's not terrible, it's not non-viable, I should say, sorry. But it is a decent weapon if you want to, you know, maybe mix things up. But there's no reason to pick this when you could just pick the standard bolter. It does better damage and has a faster reload. The reload on this guy is insane. It takes so long. it is really tough to use. The next up is the Stalker bolt rifle, which I'm going to give a D tier here. It's not very good at all in PvP. It's very hard to hit those headshots that you require, and the fire rate at close range means that a bolt pistol is going to kill you quicker than you can kill it. If you're using aimbot or you are really good at getting the headshots, I suppose this can be viable, but if you are making headshots like that, I think it's actually faster to use the standard bolter, and then you've got auto fire as well. The other thing is that this has low ammo capacity, really, and it is another long reload. I don't think it's really good. It's not a competitive tier, which is all that these weapons in the D tier are. They're not competitive weapons, really. Next up, we got the heavy plasma, which is really, really good, actually. This is a very, very good weapon. Situationally, map dependent, it's a tie between an A and a B tier. I'm going to put it in B tier, just because if you are at close range, someone's in melee range and you shoot them, chances are you're going to kill yourself, because you can damage yourself with this weapon. The charged shot is useful, but not that viable, really. The splash damage is nice. It's probably the only ranged weapon that isn't a grenade that has viable splash damage, so that definitely puts it in a utility tier above everybody else, but the fire rate is really, really slow. If you can hit 2 shots on a low armor target, Vanguard, Sniper, Assault, of course, you are going to kill them, but it is really slow with the fire rate. I would put it in A tier if it had a slightly faster fire rate, but it's quite balanced, it's quite useful. One of these on the enemy team is always something to watch out for, but you'd rather be running 2 heavy bolters than 2 of these, or 1 of these and 1 of these. You'd rather just have the heavy bolter on your side, because you can really hose down hellbrutes, heavies, anyone with a shield up or whatever. The heavy bolter just does things faster and quicker than this guy. But if you wanted to mix things up, have a bit of fun, I've had a lot of fun with this weapon in the past. Next up we have, I believe this is the Instigator bolt rifle. This is a very, very nice weapon. This is an A tier weapon. It goes on the Vanguard. The only reason you would ever use this is to play a ranged Vanguard. Now, at close range, you can kill people with a couple bursts, and it's reasonably quick, but your trouble is that the reload time is very, very slow. So you kind of want to stay at the back, use the scope, stay zoomed in, and snipe people, because when you fire this weapon, all of the bullets do not spread when you are aimed. They all land exactly where the crosshair is, and if you are getting headshots with that, that's 2 bursts and people are down. Almost any class 2 bursts and they are down from this weapon. It is an A tier weapon, and actually the Vanguard with the Melta bomb or stun grenade and this weapon, it's one of the most powerful classes. If the Vanguard had 1 more blade, 1 more section of armor, it would be a much more powerful class. Next up we have the las fusil. Now, this is the only true sniper in the game, because it does the double headshot thing. It knocks down the armor with the first shot, and then the second shot, if it is a headshot, it kills them outright. So it is the only true sniper in the game. I will say though, it's very hard to use. Charging up and then firing, it's very unusual. It's the only weapon that works in this way within the game. It's a solid B tier if you know how to use it, but once again, if you're up close, you're going to have to switch to your pistol of choice, and you're going to have a very hard time hitting anybody. This is a big issue in Spacemarine too. Long-ranged playstyles are not particularly rewarded because of the style of the maps and so forth. Maybe you'll get lucky on a bastion map or a bridge map, because there's some good firing lines on there around objective points, and you'll catch some good kills, but generally it's not very good to be playing long-ranged in this game. That's just how the meta is. Next up we have the shot grenade. Now the shot grenade, I hate it, but you have to use it because it is an S tier grenade. This is so powerful. It's a denial of area weapon. It stuns people, it blinds people, and it does damage in the area. It is OP. It sets up so many kills. It provides you an escape. If an assault's about to drop on you, or a vanguard's about to drop on you, drop it at your feet and they will jump into a blinding damage circle. It is a really powerful tool. It has the most utility of any of these weapons that you see in the game. The shot grenade is OP. Imagine the tactical throwing out 2 of these, then picking up another grenade box, throwing out 2 more, and then running to another grenade box, picking up 2 more. That's 6 grenades total. All of that area damage that they can do, it's going to absolutely lock down the map. This with the tactical is amazing, but really it goes on any class. I used to play all classes with this. Next up we got the crack grenade. Situationally it's very useful. It has a very specific use against bulwarks, or if you are the infiltrator sniper, it is very, very good to open, stealth up to someone, stick them with this, and then shoot them with the bolt carbine, and you will kill them very quickly. There's no escaping that. It's very sticky. You throw it near people and it just sort of sticks to them. It's got some weird coding that goes with it. It's sort of like an auto-hit weapon. It's interesting. It has very specific uses. Generally, it's a C tier weapon, but you're not going to use it unless you are using that sniper infiltrator bolt carbine combo. Next up is the frag grenade. The frag grenade's in a weird position. You'd think it was better than a crack grenade because of the damage that it does, but it's not. It's actually a C tier weapon because a lot of the angles, the staircases, the corners of the map in Space Marine 2 block and absorb frag grenade damage. This is where the frag grenade really falls behind. You do start with it and you're going to pick it and use it at the beginning and you're going to think to yourself, wow, 2 frag grenades on the tactical, that's powerful. And it is, but the trouble is that the explosion radius is quite small and gets caught on so many angles. Very often you would throw a grenade trying to catch someone who's following you or coming around the corner, and the damage would either not be enough to kill them and they would continue to kill you, or it would get stuck on a corner, an edge or something like that, and the damage would be absorbed. I think particularly of cathedral staircases. Many times I've thrown this grenade at the cathedral staircases and they have just been blocked. All of the damage has been absorbed, or most of it has been absorbed, and the enemies have survived, the shields haven't gone down, etc. So it's good, but it's not better than the stun grenade. The stun grenade should replace it as soon as it can. But we're on to the last and my favourite weapon, my beloved, the Melta bomb. It is amazing. You can use this on a few classes, but obviously you need it on the assault. In fact, it goes right here, these two. This is the most powerful combo in the game purely because of the assault class. Fly over people, drop this on them, and if this doesn't finish them off, this mini nuke, then you can drop on them with the hammer. But I do also use this with the Vanguard because you can drop some really cool angles flying right above people. It is really, really powerful. The Melta bomb is a game-changing weapon. All of these weapons up here, if you can learn to use any of these really well, you are absolutely going to dominate in Space Marine 2. Same for the A tier weapons here. These are really, really powerful weapons. Learn any of these and the class combos that they go with, and you will really clean up in Space Marine 2. But there is my tier list. Drop us a sub, drop us a like. Check out the channel for guides on how to use every single one of these weapons and classes in Space Marine 2's PvP. Come and check out the channel on Clubs Marine. We've got memes, we've got guides, and we've got cool clips to check out. So thank you very much for checking out the ultimate Space Marine 2 PvP tier list, and I'll catch you on the next one, lads.